Sometimes you will find yourself in a situation where you're working on a computer with a newer version of the ArcGIS software than you have on your primary workstation. This you need to be very careful about. Esri Products ArcGIS for Desktop does not allow you to open newer versions of MXD files saved in, let's say, 10.6 in older versions of the software. So if you're working on your home computer and you have 10.6 installed, but at work you have 10.5, you can't just easily open that file that you've been working on in 10.6. There is a workaround, and it's quite easy. It's just remembering to do it is the hard part. So let's take a look at how to do that. All right, so we're here in ArcMap window. We've got my layout, and let's say I've been working at home and I want to bring it into my office. So there's two tricks to this. One, remembering to do so, and two, knowing what version of software you need to save it into. So you can find out what version of software you're working on by clicking on the Help menu, ArcGIS Desktop Help, and it'll bring up right here on the top ArcGIS 10.5 Help. So I know I'm working in 10.5. I also know that my work is slow at my office, and we have version 10.4 at work. So I need to convert this file to make sure it opens at work. To do this, we will just go straight to the File menu and down to Save a Copy. And you can see from the Tips menu that pops up, you can use this to save a copy of your current document so that it can be opened with an earlier version of ArcGIS. In the dialog that appears, choose the desired target version from the Save as Type dropdown. So we can click on Save a Copy. It will bring up our Save a Copy window. And as it said in the tips, we're looking for the Save as Type. And from this drop-down menu, you'll pick the older version of ArcMap that you want to save it into. So I have 10.4 at work. I want to save it as a 10.4 document. One tip would be to label this as your new 10.4 document so you know which one's which. And you'll just click Save, and it will appear in your folder once it saves. This version you can just bring right into 10.4 and open it up. So the challenge is going from newer versions of software to older versions of the software. If you are going from an older version of the software to a newer version of the software, Esri Products can do that transition automatically. So remember, you have to remember to save it as a copy, because if you get home from the library and you can't open your maps, that's going to be a problem. So you have to remember to do it, and you have to know the version of the software that you have. On our online course, there is a Word document with a whole bunch of screenshots on how to do this. There's also more description on why we have to do this.